Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. This is your boy Simbawi Nibai Jr., aka TK, and my man Omar Wells. We call him O. Say what's up to the peeps.
What's going on, good people?
It is another great Wednesday, and we are live again with our podcast here on Facebook, our YouTube channel. And those of you getting the replay of this, feel free to go back and check us out on Facebook as well with our live video. And y'all know how we do. We jump in, we get things started, get it popping right from the get-go. But y'all know before we do all that, today is Affirmation Wednesday. And so if you're ready to get your affirmations done, you can get them out. If you got to memorize, whatever it is you got, get ready because we're going to go through these real quick. And we're going to get today's podcast up and rolling. So if you're ready, here we go. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stressless day. Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor. Today, all things will line up for my good. I am an overcomer. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Today, I will become better than who and what I was yesterday. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. All right, let's get it going. So today is, of course, another stock trade and investment talk with my man O. So if you guys have listened to our previous stock trade and investment podcast, we're doing once a month. And during that time, I took a step back, and O becomes the host, and I'm just the guy that just kind of sits here and chimes in every now and then. So get your pen and paper out, or your iPad, or your tablet, whatever you use to take notes, because he's about to drop some sauce on you guys. And of course, at the end, we always say, if you want to get the full package, the full O package, you can go a lot deeper into what he does, because a lot of what he does it's unconventional, but it works, and it's worked for myself. I got my O package. You need to get yours too. So without any further ado, O, you got the floor, my friend. I think you're on mute, brother. There we go.
We live tonight, and there's no editing. So here we go.
No editing. So, we want to hear you, brother.
Want to hear me. So again, like I said, I thank you, brother, for giving me this platform, give me this opportunity to share my knowledge. So here we go. So tonight we're going to talk about. So I've been talking about investing. I've been talking about when to buy, how to buy, different strategies or whatever. So tonight, I've been getting a lot of questions of people asking me, I don't have the money to invest. How can I invest with these strategies and I don't have the money? So tonight, hopefully I could give you some, I will give you some strategies or some things to look at, or different things to start looking at your own personal finances to be able to free up money to invest. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with I'm going to give you a glimpse into a course me and my wife put together. Can I share now, brother?
Yes, sir. You can share right now.
All right. Let's see.
And while he's getting that together, so people have been asking you a lot of questions about, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my little quick 2 cents for you get going.
Okay, you got it.
Everybody has the money. The question is, how are you spending or investing that money to make it do what you need to do for you? And I'll come back and tackle that later, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and do this once you go. Are you ready, brother? What you need? What you need?
It's okay. Got the pick some? Oh, okay. Here we go. I had to pick.
There we go.
StreamYard is sharing your screen. Okay, we're good. So here we go. All right, ready? All right. So first, I want to start y'all tonight off of like this is just a little snippet of a course me and my wife have put together. It's way bigger than what I'm about to explain, but basically, before you get started on asking me where do I get this money from, do I have this money, what do I got to do to get this money? Hopefully tonight we'll answer those questions. So this first slide says, what is your financial vision? Okay, we have a couple scriptures here. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain. So that means write out what you want, write out what you need, write out how you want to see your life financially. Whether that be wealth, increase, abundance, more seed to give, different things of that nature, just financial freedom to be able to do whatever you want to do. Like I was telling my mom the other day, I said, I want money to be able to just, if I want to get my whole entire backyard done, I can say, let's do it. If I want to get an addition onto the house, I can say, let's do it. If I want to buy somebody a car, I can say, let's do it. So that's a part of me and my wife's financial plan, right? Being able to bless people, being able to have the freedom to do what we want to do, just living in abundance. This next slide is, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but it's once you kind of understand how money is created, you'll start to understand how they create money out of debt. And just to give a brief overview, what happens is there's IOUs that are created, which are bonds. And a bond it's a debt investment in which an investor loans money to an entity, corporate or government. So that's us. So like the government will issue IOU, which is a bond, and we'll buy into that bond, giving them money to further do like things that they need to do. So governments issue bonds, we pay for them, and over time they mature and they give us back money to make on that, right? So it starts there. Again, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but once you get it, they create that. Federal Reserves get these IOUs, and then they create cash out of thin air, pretty much. So they create this cash out of thin air with these IOUs, and then money goes into the system. Okay, look at money like a pool. So every time they print more money, right? They print more money and print more money. It's like a pool of water getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so look at it as a pool of liquid money that goes into the world or into the system. And what happens is the people who win in this, assets are like a sponge. What is an asset? An asset is something like a rental property or a business or something that you invest in that makes you money. Right? So what assets do is it sucks up this pool. So if you just realized last year when they printed all this money for COVID, everybody who owned assets, even assets like sports cards or stock market is an asset. To own a stock is owning an asset. A lot of these things rose in price. A lot of people's homes rose in price because all assets, when they print more money, suck up price. So our goal is to do what? Get assets. Again, we're talking about stocks. So we try to get stocks as assets. Again, I can go deeper into that, but I'm not, because this is I'm just giving you a glimpse of the course. So a lot of times we're in debt, and that's the reason we can't invest. Okay, because we have nothing left over. So this slide says, what is debt? Debt is typically money that is owed or due, and then it's the state of owing money. Okay, 3, it's a promise to pay back an amount owed by a specific date, and including certain interest requirements included in repayment terms. So examples of debt are a mortgage, a car loan, a personal loan, credit cards. Okay, again, Me and TK are believers, so we live by the Bible. And Romans 13:8 says, "Owe no man anything except to love one another." Proverbs 22:7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." So look at it this way: if you're not lending money, if you're not making money off of assets, and you're always borrowing and having to pay debt and having to pay back and having to pay a percentage, you're servant to that lender. Okay. Deuteronomy 28:43 and 45 says, "He shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall not be the tail." Now, you shall be the tail. This is for people, okay, who are or always borrowing money, having to pay back, using credit the bad way. If you tuned into my last show, the stock show, I told you a creative method to use credit cards for your advantage. So it's other levels to this of using credit and using debt in your advantage. I'll give you a quick example of using debt. If you get a rental property, okay, you go to the bank, you get debt on that property. You get them to give you a loan for $200,000, you get a rental property. Your mortgage will be probably just roughly off the top of my head, let's just say your mortgage will be $8,000 to $1,000. You charge $1,300 rent. You bank $300 a month or more. That's using debt in your favor. Okay.
Next slide. I got a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. So, is there a such thing as having good debt?
Yeah. So if you, yes, a good debt to me. So there's different philosophies on this, right, brother?
Right.
So you have people who say all debt is bad debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and then you got people like Robert Kiyosaki who says all debt is good debt.
Mm-hmm. Because
he knows that, or his philosophy is they create wealth out of debt. I just told you they create money in they take on debt to create the money we get in the system.
Right.
Okay. But then what happens is they even use that debt that they create to charge us. They get paid back. Like it, again, I'm not getting deep into the cycle.
Right.
But as that cycle goes around and it comes back to them in the form of taxes, they're making money off of debt they create into the world. So yeah, so my philosophy, again, I think there's good debt and there's bad debt. I think good debt pays you back. Good debt can get you out of debt. How about that? There's methods that you take on debt to get you out of debt faster. Have you ever heard of velocity banking?
I have not.
Okay. So that's a method where you take on debt to pay down debt faster.
Okay, so I've heard of the meaning, just haven't heard it mentioned as velocity debt. Okay, got you.
All right. So you get the concept, right? Like you take on, like, so say you get $10,000 credit card and you owe $6,000 of something, right? You take $6,000 of that credit card, pay that off, and you free up all that monthly payment to be able to in turn pay down that credit card back again. But what happens is the way the percentages work out, you end up winning in the long run because you're not paying as much interest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the faster you pay it off, the less interest you pay.
Exactly. We've done it with 2 cars. Like we've paid down 2 cars in no time. Again, this is responsible, right?
Right.
This is being responsible. This is also having, you got to make sure your house is cash flowing. Cash flowing means you just have money after all things is paid. You got money left over to do things like that, like pay down your debt, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So where were we?
Preach on, brother. Preach on.
Preach on. Right. Preach on. So here we go. Next slide. And this will be the last. No. One more slide. So the debt cycle. Okay. You need to relieve stress. Then new debt causes more stress, right? Then you take on new debt, and then you justify adding new debt, and then it keeps on going, in that complete circle. Justify add new debt, need to relieve stress, new debt causes more stress, and you take on new debt, and it becomes one big cycle. And it's like you get in this cycle of just paying debt all your life. That's not freedom. That's not what we preach on a weekly basis with this podcast. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get your mindset right. So we need to get our mindset right around money. We do not want to be in debt all our lives. We don't want to leave our kids. It's a lot of stories where parents have left their kids debt. No insurance, no inheritance, debt. You know what I'm saying? So that's the cycle. And then here's the next slide. Warning signs of too much debt. If this is you, I'm not judging you.
All right. Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
If y'all don't take a pen and paper out and anything else, do it right now. Do it right now. Or you can take a screenshot, do something. Because this right here is going to save a lot of y'all time, money, and stress. That's all I'm saying.
Ready, brother? All right. So first thing, like I said, we're not judging nobody. We're not we're not making fun. I may be laughing, but if you find yourself in this list, it's a good chance you're taking on too much debt. Right? So first, you have no savings at all. If that's you, we need to check that. Number two, if you're only making minimum payments on a credit card. We all know now that doing that, you'll be paying on something 4 times, 5 times over just making minimum payments. Because what happens is they'll apply like, so just say you got $1,000 balance. Your payment is $30 and you pay 30, your minimum payment is $30 and you pay $30. They'll take like $28 or they'll take the percentage. They'll just take like 26, 27, $28 and apply that to the interest and use the other $3 to the principal. So now that $1,000 becomes $997 that you owe. And they'll issue you another payment next week of $30. And they're hoping you do the same thing again. But if you pay over the 30, they'll take out the percentage of that 30 and then say you paid 40. Now it's the $3 plus 10. So now it'll be $13 going towards the principal. So the more you can get over your credit card payment minimum, the better for you. We all know that though, right? Hopefully we do, people. 3, continue to put new purchases on credit cards while trying to pay off the credit card. If this is you, we want to get this in order. Number 4, at least one credit card that is near, at, or over the credit limit. Now, high credit card limits affect your credit, right? I think it's like, don't quote me, but you can look this up. I think they say good usage, like, I don't know why I'm saying 12%, but that's 12% of the overall. So like if you got a $10,000 credit card limit, they don't want you using it over 10% or 12% or something like that. Anything higher than that, they don't like that ratio. Okay. So if you can keep your credit card limit down, or not your limit, if you can keep your credit card, your balance down compared to the overall limit, it's good for your credit. So what you got to try to do is try to pay it off in full every month. But again, it takes time to get to that. And tonight, I hope I can help you get to that.
I'm gonna interject real quick. As far as so the 12%, yes, I do know. At the same time, like once you're getting like to 20%, you're kind of getting to that level where you don't want to be at. So you can push it to 20%, but that 12% I was talking about, you definitely want to try and stay in that area. Now, of course, there are situations, life happens, we have things we have to do. But again, you also said you want to pay that back and down as soon as possible. So, but 20%, once you get past 20%, it starts to really negatively affect you. And one thing you don't want to do after that is you don't want to hit that 50% mark because you definitely go in the wrong direction. Definitely.
And it starts to affect your credit score in a bad way, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Late making payments on bills, credit cards, and other expenses. We all know that's a no-no. 6, do not know how much total debt you have. How many? I can raise my hand to that at one point in my life. I had no clue what my debt was. We just was spending. You gotta get your numbers. You have to know your numbers. That's the only way we can get out of debt and start having a cash flow to where we can invest it, right? Use cash advances from credit cards to pay other bills. That's bad because if you couldn't pay one, how you gonna pay two? Right?
Message.
Yeah, like if you can't pay one, how you gonna rob? You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, but you still gotta pay. You ain't even robbing Peter. You're borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and you gotta pay Peter back with interest, right? You're bouncing checks or overdrawn bank accounts. This is all used to be me. This one used to be me. I used to overdraw bank accounts. I overdrew a card. I don't know how I got this high, but probably when I was like 19, I used to work at a home medical company, and we used to go to lunch across the street. And I knew I didn't have the money, but this one Chinese store kept letting me swipe, and I didn't know anything about overdrafts or nothing. So I get paid that Friday, and my whole entire check was spent paying the overdraft fees as well as the money that I used. So I pretty much worked to pay off that stuff. So that's working backwards. That's pretty much like a check that I didn't even get to enjoy. It pretty much went to Chinese food. Terrible, man. Terrible, brother. Terrible.
How many of us can attest to that? You've been eating all that Chinese food.
Eating all that Chinese food. Yeah.
Hey, letting you swipe. Yeah, go ahead. Swipe. Yeah.
TK, they was letting me swipe, man. It was look, I thought I was getting over at one point. Like, oh man, I don't have any money in the bank. Well, the chickens came on the roost.
They're gonna get it one way or the other.
They're gonna get you one way or another. You've been denied credit. This is a sign of too much debt. Okay. And last but not least, you are not truthful to friends or family about your spending and your debt. Again, we're not judging. We're not pointing fingers. We're just trying to locate us. I used to be on this list more than one thing and got it together. Any questions, good brother, if I go into the next?
Nah, man, this is just great stuff. I mean, I could definitely say that both me and you have definitely been in every one of those categories at least once in our life.
At least once.
At least once.
At least once. Yep. Exactly.
So we can definitely attest to what you guys who are dealing with this, what you're dealing with. We've been there. And for me, I'll say personally, actually before I say that, is there anything else you want to say before we kind of end out here? I don't want to get into your
So let me just give them a little thing to kind of do.
You got it.
To get their financial house in order, or at least to start to, like I said, you got to know your numbers. If you know where you are, you kind of know where you stand, right? You might come off good. Like we've done this for people, and they had an extra $700. They didn't know. So that's 700. So if you didn't know, that 700 was going towards food, or that 700 was going towards recreation, but if you don't know, you'll spend it, right? So here's a little thing you can do. So you got to tally up your income. Okay. What that means is you take in your salary and wages. So you can do this on a spreadsheet. Okay. You take in your salary, or you can write this down on paper, do one side for your income and your other side for your outgoing. Okay. So the one side for income, you add up your salary and wages, your interest, income, and dividends. So that's like if you have stocks or whatever that's paying you. Okay. Your business net, if you have a business and you do it after taxes. Okay. Any other income you get, and you tally that number up, right? And what you do is you make that your income, and then you go to your outgoing things like payroll taxes, rent or mortgage, utilities, food, clothing, insurance, medical bills, auto insurance, homeowners, anything you pay like that, your telephone and internet, real estate taxes, auto expenses, charity, your recreation, your credit card payments, loan payments, and any other thing that you pay for that's outgoing. And what you want to do is you want to take the income and minus the outgoing, and hopefully you come up positive.
Hopefully.
But at least we get and I mean comb through. Don't count that coffee, count that that daily whatever you do. If you still smoking cigarettes and you're going every day to get a pack, count the pack. You know what I'm saying? We don't recommend you smoke, but if you do something habitual like that, if you go to get a pretzel from Wawa every morning, I'm speaking to myself. I used to do that too. See, I got a bunch of habits that I had that needed to change. So what you do is you take the income minus the outgoing, and whatever that number is your amount of money you have to either invest or get your life right. If it's a negative number, you're probably using credit all the time to keep up, and you probably don't even realize it because it became a way of life now. Okay, so this last little bit I'm gonna do. So this is how you analyze your cash flow. You look at your number and you say, okay, how can I increase my income? Do I have any hobbies, interests, or skills that can generate extra cash for me? So it's a lot of gig jobs out here now. You can do Uber, Lyft. Help me out, brother.
You can buy groceries for people.
Amazon Flex. I even saw something the other day where you can narrate books and get paid.
Yes, sir.
Like, yeah, website already set up for it. You pick books and you narrate them. Next, can you get paid more? Can you work overtime? And like, can you get a promotion, or have you been stagnant in that same position for a long time? You got to weigh this out. Where can you cut expenses? So when you see this list, am I paying too much on food? Can I get my insurances changed? Can I am I doing too much recreation? You got to be the judge of that. I'm not here to tell you anything. Okay, and have you categorized your expenses as necessary or unnecessary, or non-essential, I should put it, or necessary? You have to do that. Can you lower your debt payments? Okay, that's just like by refinancing. A lot of people refinance their homes, get a lower payment. That helps out for cash flow for the month. Okay, consolidating loans, which helps out for more cash flow in the month. Have you shopped around for lower insurances or telephone rates? These things are all good things that you could do. And analyze your tax withholdings. This is a key one. Andy changed her W-4 and we gained $700 back. That's a lot of money.
It is.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to gain in a month.
Just by changing W-4.
Just by changing the W-4.
Yeah. So that's just one thing that they changed in $700 1 month. Boom.
And let me be transparent. I have yet to do mine yet. So I don't want to act like we got it all together, but I have to do mine too,
Hey, everything counts. Everything counts.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate you, man, for dropping
that
knowledge. Now, look, that was like a real small piece of what he got in the old package. When I say small, that was a small piece, but had a lot of information in there. So again, you want to get your old package, you can always hit us up here at the Fair Minding Podcast. You can always give us a call or hit us up on our email at fofmpodcast@fairminding.com, or call us at 302-689-3499, and we can get you your old package today, not tomorrow, but today. Again, I said I got my old package, so I am good to go. On top of that, what I was saying earlier when we were talking about all the things people do that keep them in debt, keep them not having enough money, enough cash flow. Like I said, all of us have been there at least once in our lives. Some of us have been there more than once. Some of us are still there. I will say this for me personally, like O said, there's been times where I knew I didn't have money in the bank, and I swiped my card anyway, and they accepted it, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm good.
I guess I'm good.
Not to realize that when I got paid, I had a little bit of money in the bank because all that money that I swiped, they took it. It was that simple. So you live and you learn at the same time. We all go through things in life because life is a learning experience. And so you have to go through those things. But I can truly say, if not for my wife, I would not be financially in the place we are now. I wouldn't be, quote unquote, poor, as we would say, but we wouldn't be in the place financially we are now, because I would still be probably to a degree trying to either cheat the system or beat the system, but in the wrong way. When I say beat it in the wrong way. And cheating it, I mean, we all know that cheaters never win. And so cheating it, you never, I mean, as a cheater, eventually you get caught. Eventually you do, one way or the other. So thanks. Oh, we appreciate you, man. Sauce dropped. And again, I'm going to continue with my old package. And once he builds out his second one, I'm going to get that one too. I'm going to just keep on getting them because they hot and they ready to go. So again, you want to do something that's unconventional but works, but then also incorporates everyday life into it. You want to check my man O out, and we're going to do this once a month, until we have divvied out all of the information that we can give for free. That's what we're going to do, So any last words before we end out, brother?
Yeah, I just want to say, you got to find this money and invest it, because your compound interest, what Einstein said is the eighth or the ninth wonder in the world.
Right.
Like it eventually just compounds and it gets bigger. So if you want to leave your children something, or even in your lifetime have an opportunity to just be free from all worry of like financial cares, like, don't we want to get there? I know money's not everything. Trust me, it's not. But it'd be nice to be able to do what I want to do anytime I want to do it, and help people anytime I want to help. So,
and I'll say this: money's not everything, but money is most things.
Yeah, and answers all things, right?
Right. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, it's not here just to be here. Like, Elohim placed money here for a reason.
Yes, he did.
Now, money is not bad, but we all know that the love of money is the root of all evil. So we don't want to love money, but we do want to do the best we can to get what we can out of it. So it's all about freedom in life. And so whatever it is, whatever freedom looks like to you in a right, positive, and moral way, that's what money is for you.
Exactly.
So you don't want to chase it, but you do want to find ways to obtain it. That's all we're saying, people. And don't let opportunities pass you by. Don't sit there on the sideline saying, like in the beginning, some people said, hey, I don't have enough money. What do I do? And I said, everybody has the money.
You got the money.
The question is, what are you doing with it? He just gave you a buttload of stuff you can do to free up money to start investing or buying stocks or trading, whatever it is you want to do. You can do all three. You can do one, whatever it is. I'm going to stop talking because you talked enough. You said enough. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on the Friend of Mine Inc. podcast. Again, we'll be doing another stock trade and investment one next month of September. And I appreciate you guys. Again, right now, you guys are seeing me in a different setting. Hopefully you didn't hear any like lawnmowers or car horns going by. I'm actually currently in a different room in my household because we're currently in the process of moving. So it's kind of hollow here in this room. And I'm just kind of moving from room to room every time we do this because I got to find a place to go until the studio gets put back out again. So thanks you guys for hanging in there with us. Somebody might have said, oh, that's TMI. I'm just letting you know. If you're seeing me live on the video, y'all know this is not my background. Okay? This is just a blank wall that I got. I got a window right here that's shining a light in so you can see me. I'm working with what I got. But you know what? It's all going to be back together real soon once we move.
There you go, brother.
To our new place. So anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, whenever you're hearing this. And we will see you guys next week, either live or on the audio for the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And until then, I holla. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.